is Alcatraz, the world's most famously secure prison. And today, I'm gonna try and escape. This does not feel good, but I'll be doing it in a very specific way, by recreating the exact same actions these three daring prisoners took. This is a tight squeeze. When they executed their year-long plan in what many consider to be the most ingenious prison escape in recorded history. So to pull this off, they gave me unrestricted access to the whole prison, because our goal is to use modern technology along with our own engineering skills to determine once and for all whether these three escapees actually made it safely to land. I cannot believe they would spend 23 hours a day in this tiny little cell. On June 11th, 1962 at 9:30 p.m., this exact jail cell would have seemed pretty unremarkable to any of the guards on duty and to all but 3 of the prisoners held here on the island. Because that's the night those 3 prisoners decided they were finally going to attempt their escape after nearly a year of meticulous planning and preparations. But in order to pull this off, starting right here in their cells, they would need to execute their elaborate 6-part escape plan flawlessly, eventually taking them up and out of the prison, down to the water, and across the bay to their freedom. Now, in order to assess and truly appreciate every aspect of their bootleg prison engineering, I needed to recreate all the steps they took in their escape, so I assembled a prison break team of my own with Johnny Harris and Cleo Abram. Now that their diversion was set, at 9:37 p.m. they grabbed some tools and crawled through a hole in their jail cell wall they had spent the previous 6 months secretly digging out. So this is the actual hole they crawl through to escape. As you can see, it is not very large. Since they obviously didn't have access to power tools, they had to get creative, primarily using stolen spoons from the cafeteria that they'd fashioned into picks by removing the round parts. It quickly became clear why it would have taken them months. Prison breaking is hard! To painstakingly scrape their way to a hole big enough to escape from. Sorry. Which begs the question, how do you cover up your digging progress so the guards don't discover it? Basically, they created an incredibly realistic vent cover made from just cardboard, notebook covers, and soap, which they then painted prison green using spare paint they stole from a maintenance shed. One of them would loudly play an accordion while one kept watch for guards with a makeshift periscope, and the third one scraped away. And this noise management system turned out to be pretty effective.